tide is way out at Bai Lao Bay. This is the one close to the main city. I don't know exactly where we're headed, but we're headed to the west side of the island today because we haven't been to the west side of the island. We're on a lighthouse. It's a lighthouse.
You just said that in a voiceover. This is a voiceover too, so shut up. You shut up. No, you shut up.
Wow, beautiful scenery. Love having the scooter. This is part of a loop that eventually goes back into town. Well, there's a wall there. And there's a beach off in the distance. Feels like a little place for people to park their boats. Looks like where fisher people come to. This is what they call Sunset Point. Also a recycling depot. Oh, and they're making things out of a lot of the stuff they're recycling. Neato. We found whatever this trail is. Lots of the beaches on Con Dao are rocky like this. Oh. Natalia, do you sell these by the seashore? Okay. Some nice mother of pearl in there. We're going to leave that for a hermit crab. These aren't the right shoes for rocks, but it's beautiful here. Not a swimming spot, this one. Your two best spots for swimming are going to be the beach that's the two beaches just off the town itself, and then Dam Trao, which is also pretty darn awesome. Dam Trao is damn nice. Not sure what this is about, but let's see. This might be on the edge of the Con Dao National Park. We have to buy tickets to be in here. Well, here's a sandy little stream. And another great view of the ocean coming up. We are in Con Dao National Park.
Beauty!
We've been on the beautiful island of Con Dao for over 2 weeks, couple days over 2 weeks now. And we still haven't visited one of the main points of interest, which is Con Dao Prison. Okay, we've been redirected to somewhere over here to get a ticket. For a prison that tries to keep people in, it sure has done a lot of keeping us out. Haha. Your ticket allows you to access 5 sites: Tiger Cage French, Tiger Cage American, the prison, the museum, and the island government house. September 1516, the seafaring Portuguese came to Con Dao. 1686, the French East Indian Company sent Verret to investigate the island, and he suggested that they occupy it. In 1702, the East Indian Company from the United Kingdom occupied the archipelago. During 113 years of operation, Con Dao became the biggest and the most brutal prison with the longest time of existence in Indochina. The colonial cruel nature was exposed in the prison, which was known as a hell on earth, with the most barbaric torture and custody practices. The prison was built with a large scale and strong structure. During the French colonial time, around 2,000 people were jailed in this prison. At the time of the American invasion and their puppet regime, the number of prisoners was about 4,000 until 1960, 8,000 from 1967 to 1969, and as many as 10,000 from 1970 to 1972. Many kinds of savage torture and punishment for the prisoners were used. These are evidence of the colonialism and imperialist crime. Prisoners were imprisoned in cells, quarries, and tiger cages, in bonds of single and double chains, or 2 of them confined in one fetter. They were shackled 1 or 2 legs. They had to eat rice without salt and drink water that was none boiled. They were tortured with bludgeons, rattan rods, soapy water, needles, red-hot iron pliers, and 2 bamboo bars gripped their shins. On April 30th, 1975, the Ho Chi Minh campaign was victorious. The Saigon government surrendered unconditionally. In Con Dao, ringleaders and officials fled, the puppet state army disbanded, and the security fell into chaos. By 8:30 a.m. on May 1st, Con Dao was completely liberated. Wow, how intense. We're off to check out the tiger cages and the prison itself. The prisoners were forced to work hard to mortify their body. If they followed the working requirements, they would die of exhaustion. If not, they would die of whipping. At the time of the Americans and their puppet state in Saigon, in addition to the hard labor, prisoners were forced to learn to denounce communists. This aimed to suppress the prisoners' resistance. So this catwalk was where the jailers would come and check on all the prisoners. And as you can see from this guy holding a bamboo stick, it's also where they tortured them through the grates. There is a rather stark, sort of eerie feeling here. Feel a little short of breath. 20,000 people died here, so just knowing what has happened at this site is a lot. Oh. This was the untreated water they were forced to drink. So I suppose you could spend a fair amount of time here. But it's unsettling. Heinous imperialist violence. 100 years of it. 80 years of it. Yeah, it's a lot to take in.
The original prison occupied so much land, we had to walk 15 minutes down the road to see the next part of it. It was still quite intense to be at this site too. There's a feeling that comes with seeing how distinctly designed this place is to be a torturous prison.
It's narrow. It smells dusty and dank. It's hot. The air is stale. And it's just row after row after row of small concrete rooms. More of the same.
Tham quan, kính mời quý khách kiểm tra tư trang và rời khỏi di tích để đơn vị thực hiện đúng.
Another 4 blocks of the same heinous prison. Depressing, but I think it's necessary to visit, gain more perspective onto how Vietnamese people perceive the intrusions and the invasions and the various occupations and other stuff they've had to endure.
The next evening,
It's karaoke night. I don't know what makes it karaoke night, but it's our last night at Con Dao, leaving super early in the morning.
hold up, time to review a snack.
Our lovely hotel friend Han introduced us to a couple things, but the one we really liked is bun com, rice cake, and it has rice, sugar, soybean, and melon. It's a little cake like this. It's like sticky, kind of mochi-esque rice on the outside, and on the inside, white bean paste. It's delicious. And they're only about 30 cents each. Try them if you get them.
All right, enough procrastinating. We're leaving Con Dao.
Woke up the dog. It's the morning of leaving, about 4:30 a.m. And we're gonna take a little airplane back to Saigon. Found a random deal, and it's only about an hour and 5-minute flight. About $60 a person. That may have been the quickest check-in ever. Tiny little airport. We are through. Now we're gonna take a bus 40 feet to get to the airplane.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Your captain speaking from the flight deck.
I'm so glad we chose this relaxed and lovely place instead of heading to Phuquoc. It met the budget needs, was a relaxing breakaway from any holiday season urgency, and we loved the lush jungle set against the crashing ocean. We saw that development is starting to ramp up a bit, so please visit respectfully and keep Con Dao just a little bit sleepy still, okay?
For Vegan Everywhere, I'm David.